Hello, Christian woman. Hello. I hope this video finds you well today. Let me tell you about Jane. Now, Jane is just an example name that can stand for any woman of God. Jane is 45. She's brilliant, respected in her career, leads a team, manages her household, travels often. She's the one people come to for advice. But when it comes to love, Jane feels unsure, anxious, overlooked, or quietly rejected. She wonders, what's wrong with her? But here's what I've seen over the years, not just in Jane, but in so many women like her. They're not showing up in relationships as the wise, grounded woman God has matured. They're showing up as the little girl who didn't feel safe or is wounded, or the teenager who thought if she was just pretty enough, clever enough, funny enough, it would all work out. And it's not just women. I've seen this same emotional maturity issue in men too. You expect it in your 20s. That's the time for learning, trial and error. But the surprising part, I've seen this same pattern in people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. Because wherever the early pain lives, that's where people tend to operate from, especially in love. And Jane, she didn't even realize she was dating from a place of fear. She kept ending up in murky, emotionally confusing situations. She'd walk away saying, am I not good enough? Is it me? Is it all of them? And while, yes, sometimes there are real red flags in other people, the deeper question is one Jane never thought to ask. Was discernment missing? Did I invite God into the process? Did I even ask Him first? Jane had the desire for connection, but she lacked the spiritual foundation and emotional clarity to vet wisely. She didn't realize she was dating out of her depth. She was showing up with hope, but not with wholeness. When you don't know who you are or whose you are, you can be tossed around by every emotionally charged moment, every confusing connection. It is not wise to build a relationship if you're disconnected from who you are and whose you are. See, Jane didn't realize some people out there are playing chess, and she was still emotionally playing checkers. That's why wisdom matters. Healing matters. Prayerful reflection is non-negotiable. I've seen women across every background, gifted, beautiful, wildly capable, walk straight into heartbreak. Why? Because they weren't dating as women. They were dating as the girl who was still trying to prove something. Or the teen who thought charm could substitute for discernment. And they got hung out to dry. Then it takes months, sometimes years to recover, and cynicism begins to grow. Jane started saying, all men are trash. She found friends who echoed her pain, and it felt safe for a while. But the truth, she never learned to vet, never broke the pattern because she didn't even know it was a pattern. It was all she ever saw, perhaps in her childhood, in her family, in her friendships. But the good news for Jane, and for you, if this is you, you can get off that road. You can ask for help. You can follow God's blueprint for your life, your healing, for maturity, emotional maturity, for something different. Not perfection, but alignment. Not just attraction, but discernment. Not another cycle, but a spirit-led strategy. Here's some scripture for reflection. The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands. The foolish one tears hers down. Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Ephesians 4:14. Then we will no longer be infants, tossed back and forth by the waves. Psalm 139:23-24. Search me, God, and know my heart. See if there is any offensive way in me. Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Gotta go. Ciao.